Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate on the Front Range. I'm Sean Gilliam, your host. We are getting into another episode where we're going to be talking about the May market update. We'll take a look at data year over year and month over month for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld County, so you can see how things are trending here as we are now in our spring market. It's a beautiful day in here in Colorado or in the Rockies. The sun is shining, blue skies after several days of heavy rain, which has been great because things were pretty dry here. I can hear the river running in the background. So beautiful day here in Colorado. In this episode, I'm going to be taking a look at, like I said, some of the data for the local market, but also I'm going to highlight mortgage interest rates as usual. And then recently, everybody should have gotten their property valuations. So if you need help with that, we'll talk about what the next steps are and how I can help you to protest or appeal the property tax valuation that you would have received. So stay tuned and we'll get into all this. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate on the Front Range, my podcast where I cover all things real estate here on the Front Range of Northern Colorado. Join me to get market updates, tips, and information on relevant topics to make sure you are fully informed before you buy and sell your next home. This is Sean Gilliam, your host, and I look forward to you joining me on your favorite podcast for the latest episodes. All right, welcome back. Well, let's go ahead and start with mortgage interest rates. And you can see here on Mortgage News Daily, great site if you feel like you want to keep on top of what interest rates are doing on a daily basis. You can see here the 30-year fixed rate for a conventional is right at 6.88%. That's up 0.02% from yesterday. And then as we look at this table over here, we can see that the rates for an FHA, that's 6.26% if you qualify for an FHA loan, and a VA loan for our veterans, if you qualify for that, 6.28%. So better rates with those types of loans, but 6.88%. At least it's below 7%. As far as the mortgage forecast, the mortgage rate forecast, I should say, they're projecting that it's going to continue to go down steadily. So we'll see if that happens. We've seen some great fluctuations in recent months where it's gone all the way down to 6.12 and then jump back up above 7. Hopefully it's going to be a more stable shift downward. And I've said this before, I think once we get below 6%, there's going to be a mad rush on the market and you're going to see home values go up. So if you're thinking about buying a home, it might be a good time right now to kind of get your ducks in a row, make sure you're qualified for a home, see how much home you're qualified for and what your monthly payment will be and what a comfortable monthly payment would be for you once you consider all the variables. And then we can consider where you want to live and get yourself into a home. So I would say right now, we are seeing some homes fly off the shelves, multiple offers with homes selling over list price. And then we're seeing some homes that just sit on the market, perfectly good homes, but they're sitting on the market for whatever reason and nobody's buying them. Ultimately, it boils down to price. But so there are opportunities out there, especially if you're using a VA or an FHA loan, as it was during the pandemic when the market was going crazy and homes were going under contract after the first weekend. Sometimes it was harder for someone with an FHA or a VA loan to get their offer accepted. So now is a good opportunity for you, if that's the loan you're going to use, to get yourself into a home because competition in some of these homes is limited. Just because for whatever reason, buyers aren't liking those. So if you find one of those gems, put in a good offer and get yourself under contract and get yourself in a home. It's a more realistic possibility now than it was, say, 3 years ago. All right, so that's mortgage rates. Let me talk about if you live here in Colorado and own a home, you probably got this 2025 notice evaluation. Mine's from Larimer County, but Boulder, Welder County as well. Those are the primary areas that I serve. You might have received an email from me too if you needed help with this. So take a look at this. It'll tell you how much or how much higher your home value went or lower. And talking with people just in the last week, most people actually have seen a decrease in their home value, which is good. That means lower property taxes. Some people like myself, it went up a bit, but that's because I appealed 2 years ago and won, and they gave me a much lower value. So that was good. So I kind of expected it to go up. But for the most part, most people's valuations should stay about the same, give or take a few $1,000s, or it should go down just because the market has moderated, just kind of a mild correction across the board. So if you do need help, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can reach me at 970-313-6706. I can look up comps and give you an idea if you have a fighting chance of winning an appeal if it needs to be, or if it's just right and you probably shouldn't say anything because they might bring it up higher. So that is that on the property valuations. Let's go ahead and get into our year-over-year data. We'll start with Boulder County. As you can see here, the latest data we have is from April. And so we'll see what's been happening here in Boulder County. New listings are up 17.9% from last year at this time. So we have 575 new listings in April. Pending sales, meaning properties that are under contract, that's up almost 14% from last year at this time at 336. Closed sales is exactly the same as it was last April at 305. So year over year, there has not been a change in the number of closed sales for the month of April. Days on market until sale also stayed the same for Boulder County at 57. So that's good. I should say that month over month, pretty significant change. So days on market until sale. So that's from the time a home goes on the market until it goes under contract. The average length of time is 57 days. So if you're a seller, be ready for that. Sometimes homes are flying off the shelves, like I said, but sometimes you're going to have to sit a little while and maybe do a price reduction or two to attract buyers. But the month prior, so March of this spring, it was 72 days for Boulder County. So we're definitely seeing evidence of a spring market to go from 72 days on market before going under contract to go to 57. So that's good. Median sales price is at $899,000. That's up 2.7% from this time last year. And the average sales price of a home in Boulder County is $1,146,985. And that's up 4.2%. Percent of list price received is 98.7. That's down 0.1%. So hardly a change. Last year at this time it was 98.8, as you can see. And then our inventory of homes for sale has gone up 40.6% at 873. And our month supply of inventory, which directly reflects that inventory number, is up 34.6%. And that's 3.5. So 3.5 month supply of inventory. And just as a reminder, if we were to stop putting new homes on the market and sell all the current inventory at the rate at which they've been selling, it would take 3.5 months to clear our current inventory. So that's Boulder County. I will now jump over to Larimer County. New listings up 27% from last year at 766. Our pending sales are up 21.4% at 482. And our closed sales are up 17.2% at 442. So some pretty significant activity here in Larimer County. Again, evidence of a spring market. Days on market until sale is 68. That's up 19.3% from last year at this time. But it's slightly down from what it was in March of 2025, just a month prior, when it was at 72. So a slight improvement there in days on market until sale, but not huge. Median sales price, $609,975. That is up 1.7% from last year. And then our average sales price in Larimer County is $731,926, and that's up 3.8%. Percent of list price received is down only slightly, 0.4% at 99.3%. So on average, sellers are getting mostly what their original list price was. On average, inventory of homes for sale, 1,115. That's up almost 44% from last year at this time. And then our month supply of inventory for Larimer County is 3.0, and that's up 30.4% from last year at this time. Weld County, new listings up almost 30% at 787. Pending sales up 27.6% at 611. And our closed sales are up mildly by 3.4% at 490. And our days on market until sale is up 14.8% at 70. The month prior, this last March, it was at 85. So we've definitely seen an improvement month over month as far as the days on market until sale. Median sales price up 2.9% at 529,950. And our average sales price is 596,641 in Weld County. And that's up 2.9%. Percent of list price received is about the same. It's at 99.4%. That's down 0.3%, so hardly a change. And then the inventory of homes for sale in Weld County is at 1,158. That's up almost 37% from last year at this time. Month supply of inventory was 2.7, so lower than Boulder and Larimer counties. That's up 22.7 from the year prior. So definitely a little bit stronger of a seller's market just on that metric alone. By way of a reminder, a balanced market is about 6 months, and that's where buyers and sellers have equal footing on the at the negotiating table. So that is what is going on with our year-over-year data. I want to jump over here. This is our month-over-month for all 3 counties. I'm going to point out just single-family homes and just show you what's going on there. As you can see, the trend here, and I'm going to bring it down to 1 year just to make the numbers a little more clear. So as we go from March into April, we can see a slight trend upward in our average sales price. Again, I think this is indicative of a spring market. And having witnessed myself, some homes are selling rather significantly over list price. So that is also reflected in this data here. The number of new listings has gone up consistently since December of 2024. Each month we've seen a fairly significant rise in the amount of new listings month over month. Overall, the number of homes for sale that are not under contract has also been trending upwards since December. And the number of homes that are under contract kind of tapered off and went sideways from March to April, which is interesting. I don't know if that's going to change when we look at May's data next month, when we look at that, if that's going to show an increase or not. But you can see here that that month supply of inventory that's been staying, in the threes overall, 2.7 for Weld County, is partly because we have a significant amount of new listings. We have a steady amount of homes for sale, but the amount of homes that are going under contract or are closed is less than that. And so that leaves some inventory on the table, so to speak. And that's why we have a month supply of inventory in the threes and not a lower number. If you might recall by comparison, back in 2020, 2021, almost every home was selling within a week, if not sooner. And as such, our month supply of inventory was below 1. It was like 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, what have you. So that's because all the homes were selling. In this market, this spring market that we have, some homes are selling and some are not. If you paid attention to homes in your neighborhood or look on Zillow or Realtor.com or some of those websites, you will see that there are some homes that stay on the market for quite a while. So our number of closed sales here for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld counties has also gone up. We can see here, 308 for Boulder County, Larimer County is 445, and Weld County is 493. So the number or the metric is trending upward, but not enough to consume all of our current inventory. Days on market until sale. I'm going to go with the average. As you can see here, that's trending downward. That's a good sign. That means homes are selling on average faster than they were in the last couple of months. And then the number of showings until a home goes under contract, that has gone down. It's gone up for Weld County just a smidge, but 9 for Boulder County, 8 showings for Larimer County, and 7 showings for homes in Weld County. That's an indication that homes are needing to get less attention before they go under contract. And then our month supply of inventory, as you can see there, that is trending upwards. Again, we are seeing more listings. We are seeing more homes go under contract, however, or more closed sales. However, it's not enough to consume our current inventory. Like I said, there's still a fair amount of homes that are just sitting out there and not going under contract. So that is our data as far as month over month changes for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld counties. Hope this is helpful. Hope this gives you an idea of what is going on in our market. If you have questions or want specific information about your neighborhood or a town that you live in, feel free to get in touch. I'd be glad to share that data with you. And then also, if you find this information helpful and you want to get notifications when I put out a new update or other content related to real estate here in Northern Colorado, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get notifications when I put out new content. So, again, hope this is helpful. If you need anything, don't hesitate to get in touch. 970-313-6706. And I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.